Minutes after the Viscount and Yanni was airborne, a Russian-supplied SAM-7 missile struck the aircraft whilst it was still climbing.
I think we over Karoi, that's where you were born, and bang, the engine were hit and fire came out of the engine.
We had instant fire on the starboard engine. Big fire, flames coming right back past even the last windows.
And we could actually feel the heat from inside.
It must have taken us 4 or 5 minutes to get from the height we were down to ground level.
So I said, I'm not ready to die yet, so just let's focus on that, we're not ready to die.
The fire was still burning pretty strongly, and I thought that we had no chance of even reaching the ground. I thought that wing would fall off long before we got near the ground.
Looking back at it, and even at the time, they handled it as well as anybody could do.
Somebody was trying to open one of the escape windows. But the hostesses were very good.
And I could see the treetops coming closer and closer, and I thought to myself, he may make it somehow.
The last thing the pilot said to us was, brace yourselves for impact.
It was like being in a cement mixer. It was quite dark, I would think, because of the dust. And
we bounced for a short while, and then there was just a terrific impact. Fantastic noise, and we were rolling.
There was metal flying all over the place. I would think a lot of people were killed on impact.
It felt a bit like I should imagine one would feel if you were thrown into a concrete mixer. The same sort of noise and same sort of feeling. We seemed to roll for a long time, and suddenly we were still.
Didn't know how the plane had actually landed, but later I found out that it was, at the time it was when I realized that I was trapped inside the plane, that it was lying upside down.
I thought, I've got to get out, this thing's going to burn. I could actually see flames from where I was. And I tried to head for the only little bit of daylight I could see, and discovered my seatbelt was still done up, and I got that off.
There was a lady on fire who gave me her child and asked me to take the child out, which I did. We eventually got a few people out.
There was no severe panic in the plane. People behaved very calmly and very dignified, I would say, knowing that we were heading for death. And that's the time I saw Tony opening up a little crack in the fuselage. And I went to help him, and we managed to open that crack sufficiently to get out.
There was one poor chap stuck fairly near the hull, and his legs were jammed and we couldn't get him out, and the fire was getting fiercer and fiercer all the time, and the fire was right near the hull that we were all getting out of.